Social Security, it's something that we've all heard about, but not everyone knows exactly how it works. We've got our financial pro, Mark Triplett, joining us to talk about the need to knows of this entire process. And there are a lot of them. It gets a little complicated sometimes, Mark. So, first of all, we're going to start very much 10,000 feet with all of this. What exactly is Social Security designed to do?
Social Security is an insurance program. It's a social insurance program. It was designed to protect workers, American workers, who live beyond life expectancy and their dependents, like spouses. And as people's life expectancies have gone on to be longer and longer, it's now become one of these pillars of retirement income. And so the program is funded with payroll taxes. And as folks live longer and receive more benefits, more money's coming out of the system than is going into the system. And so the trust fund is starting to deplete. So that has a lot of folks kind of concerned about that. But it really was designed as a social insurance program, never designed as a retirement program.
And like you said, there are a lot of concerns about Social Security and about the future of it for sure. Do you have a lot of clients who come in and they're just wondering where to start with it? Because I think, especially when we think about those things on down the line with retirement, it all looks a little bit intimidating.
Almost all of the folks that we serve came to us for optimizing Social Security. How do we make the most of this program? What are the best claiming strategies? And how do we coordinate it with our other retirement resources like IRAs and 401ks and other IOUs, the IRS? And how you organize those pieces can really make an impact on how much of that government-backed, inflation-adjusted, and tax-advantaged income you actually get your hands on versus what happens if you kind of reorganize things in a different way. You might end up paying more taxes than necessary.
And we were mentioning this earlier, that there are so many elements that people think they know about it, but maybe they get wrong. Are there any elements that you noticed are extremely misunderstood whenever you're talking to your clients?
For sure. How Social Security is taxed, it's one. How to coordinate benefits with a spouse or a deceased spouse if you're a widow or widower, or a divorced spouse if you were married for 10 years or longer. And it almost always makes sense for one spouse to claim early, and almost always makes sense for one spouse to take a delayed strategy. So you can optimize Social Security not only for the household while you're both alive, but also protect the survivor benefit for the surviving spouse.
That's good advice there. When can people, I know you touched on a little bit of this, but when exactly can people start receiving those benefits?
So you can actually start claiming Social Security on your worker's record, your work record at age 62. But you're going to forfeit a lot of benefits depending on your year of birth and what your full retirement age is. And we always encourage folks to take a little bit deeper look at Social Security and how to claim it, rather than getting your hands on it at 62 and maybe foregoing 30% of your benefits and all of the cost of living adjustments that you might receive between 62 and the time you pass. That you might want to take a little bit deeper look on how to organize that particular resource with your other retirement resources and coordinate that with your spouse if you're married.
Yeah. So I'm going to tie that question in with the question I asked about the misunderstood elements. So for younger people, is there anything should Social Security be something that's relevant to younger people now, even though 62 is not anywhere close for them?
Absolutely. So Social Security is a law. The executive branch doesn't get to come in and gut it. It's going to take an act of Congress to make significant changes to it. And even if Congress doesn't act, it'll continue. Payroll taxes are deducted from your paycheck. Every year you have the opportunity to earn up to 4 credits. You need 40 credits total. It's about 10 years worth of service to actually to receive benefits. However, we have folks out there we know that didn't have 40 credits, and they might think they're not entitled to benefits. But if they're married to a worker who does have Social Security benefits, they might be entitled to a spouse benefit or survivor benefit they didn't even know about.
And we have to wrap up here, but if people have any more questions with Social Security, where can they find that?
Obviously, they can go to the Social Security Administration website and get some details there for sure. It's a great resource. We also have a book on our website you can download. It's You Paid, Now Collect, and you can go to our website at triplett-westendorf.com, download a free e-copy of that.
Always good information, Mark. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having me.